India's External Affairs Minister Dr. Jaishankar met US Secretary of State Marco Rubio this morning in Kuala Lumpur. The Indian minister appreciated the discussion on the bilateral ties as well as regional and global issues. This marks the fourth in-person meeting between Dr. Jaishankar and Marco Rubio. This year, their last interaction took place in September on the sidelines of 80th UN General Assembly UNGA session in New York. And Dr. Jaishankar is in Kuala Lumpur to represent Prime Minister Narendra Modi at the 20th East Asia Summit. The East Asia Summit will provide an opportunity to deliberate on the challenges to peace, stability and prosperity in Indo-Pacific region and also exchange views on regional and international developments. Apart from the ASEAN member states, East Asia Summit includes India, China, Japan, the Republic of Korea, Australia, New Zealand, the US and Russia. All right, now Dibyendu Mondal joins us on the broadcast for more. Hi Dibyendu, tell us first of all, how significant is this meeting between External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar and US Secretary of State Marco Rubio, especially coming amid the ongoing trade discussions between the two countries?
Well, good morning, Abhishek. This is a very, very significant meeting that comes at the backdrop of the negotiations that are currently underway with the US, in fact, between the US and India with respect to the trade negotiations. Remember, these trade negotiations had been going on for quite some time after the US had slammed tariffs, unjustified tariffs on India. Since then, there have been negotiations going on with regards to, coming to a common table with regards to the trade and the tariffs as far as the trade and tariffs are concerned. But this meeting also, as you also mentioned, that this is the second meeting with Secretary of State Marco Rubio and the Indian Foreign Minister S. Jaishankar. There could be some, positive outcomes of this meeting that is expected to come in the coming days with respect to, again, the trade negotiations that have been going on. But this is, in fact, this is a meeting that had taken place on the sidelines of the ASEAN summit that is currently underway in Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia. There have been talks about the ongoing discussions on the trade, the tariffs that India and US are working out to come on the common ground. So therefore, this meeting is very significant. This brings in some sort of positive light to the trade negotiations that could see the light of the day in the coming days.
Dibyendu, also, I mean, talking about the East Asia Summit overall, how is India approaching this summit this year? Particularly on the matters concerning peace, stability in the Indo-Pacific region?
Well, Abhishek, look, ever since Prime Minister Narendra Modi had come to power, his Look East policy had been extremely clear to the fact that India has been a major player in the global south, and India has been cooperating with the global south. Yes. So this ASEAN summit is particularly with the fact with regards to all the players and all the members of the global south. We heard yesterday Prime Minister Narendra Modi also talking about how India's cooperation with the global south will make this region of the world extremely powerful. It also represents almost 1/3 of the world's population, combining India and the ASEAN countries. So therefore, the outcomes of the ASEAN summit will be extremely important. We also heard Prime Minister Narendra Modi in his speech yesterday, where he was virtually attending the ASEAN summit. He spoke about how 2026 would be a year of maritime cooperation between India and Malaysia, and at a larger context of the ASEAN countries, because remember, Malaysia and the ASEAN countries is an important part of the Indo-Pacific region, because and the Indo-Pacific region is an important strategic position for not just for India but also for all the ASEAN countries and many of the countries in the global south. So therefore, this summit comes at a backdrop of a lot of global changes that are happening, global strategic shifts that are happening at this point in time. So therefore, the outcome of the summit is expected to be positive, is expected to be more robust. The theme this year is inclusivity and sustainability, and also. Prime Minister also spoke about how India's and Malaysia's relationship has been growing between the two countries over the last 1 decade, and also a joint declaration on sustainable tourism has been signed and accepted and adopted by all the member nations as well as all the participating nations in the ASEAN summit. So therefore, the outcome is expected to be positive for this particular ASEAN summit.
All right. So tomorrow is the last day of the 3-day summit. We'll leave it at that. Thank you.